Hey, good Sunday morning, everybody. Gil here, GTraderPro, March 1st, and I want to post this video in preparation for the upcoming week in light of the events. The U.S. and Israel launching missile strikes and the events in Iran. And then, of course, very big news, Iran's blocking of the Straits of Hormuz. So we're going to talk about crude oil to start, the obvious elephant in the room, crude prices, and then we'll talk about the S&P and the NASDAQ. Just want to get you set up for what is likely, or at least quite possible, as we open up tonight, Sunday night, and see some very significant gap moves. Now, crude, there's going to be a lot of speculation and news about crude prices. I've already seen J.P. Morgan say, hey, $100 to $105. And we'll see many others come out over probably over the course of the day and make some expectations about where crude prices go. As our traders know who have been in the live room for the last 2 weeks, I've talked about crude at 65.08 and how several weeks back, based on my work and what we call the inner circle methodologies, signaled that above $65.20, the 2 weeks ago, the market closed above 65.20, and that sent a signal. And I've been talking about the very easy target of $69.34. Now, we're going to likely blow right through $69.34. But the important thing is that we could see that something was brewing with crude over the last week or two, that it was we did take a successful short a few days back. I've been talking that the real desire is to be on the long side, that crude was going to go up. I wasn't sure why it was going to go up, but it was going to go up and potentially go up substantially. Now, I want to talk about a few key prices. You're going to see several price levels on this chart. I'm going to start with what is the most likely or very difficult prices that are very important. $83.46. So you'll see I've got several prices here in the 70s. We have not revisited some of these key prices in quite some time. So you can make note, call it $72, $74, $76.50, $78.69, $81.59. This is the one that I'm really looking at, $83.43. Believe it or not, it's not difficult for crude under these circumstances, or any circumstances, quite frankly, to get to $83.43. That's actually, tonight, a relatively easy target. A more difficult and more important target, quite frankly, is $90.55. So first thing you're going to see is, I'm not talking about generalities. Well, it could go to 100 to 105. I'm giving you very specific prices to watch. And you can come back and check this video and make notes about all of these very specific prices and see how the market treats any of these prices. My most notable, I'll be watching the open this evening, $83.46, very specific price. If the market can really sustain above this price, then the next one up is not until we get to $90.50. Let's get it right on there, $90.56. Crude is, in the month of March, going to put in a top. So we could see for weeks that crude was moving up on a monthly basis and was going to go up and hit some of these higher prices. Now, of course, like I said, I fully expect us to blow right through some of these 70s. If they can't, this is going to be very interesting. If we do not this week, or very specifically, most likely, Sunday night, tonight, and into Monday, if we don't see $83.46, quite frankly, I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised if we don't hit that price. Now, we are going to put in a top. This is going to provide a great opportunity. I hate to talk like that, but this obvious spike in crude prices that is coming this week is very likely going to create a top. No different than when Russia invaded Ukraine back now over 5 years ago, where we had a tremendous run-up, and the event was actually the top. And then crude prices sold off dramatically from $130 a barrel to where they have been in the low to mid 50s. So this event is going to create a top. We're going to be looking for some of these very critical prices to be reached and failed. All right. So if we get up to $83.53, I'll be looking for a likely resistance at this price. If they get through this price, then I'll be sitting back waiting to see if they have enough power to get to $90.55. So I just wanted to make you aware of these very specific prices in crude. We'll be watching it tonight and tomorrow, of course. Let's move over to the ES and the NASDAQ. Let's go over to the NASDAQ for just a minute. Again, in the live room, we participated on the long side back here. This is Wednesday, and NVIDIA was certainly the so-called news. We could see the move coming. We got long actually the night before. We got long on Tuesday, and traders in the live room saw me put on a position, and we held it for over 300 points into the next day. It was an overnight position, something we don't generally do at GTraderPro with our accounts, but that was an overnight position. We could see that this move was coming. We also said that once this move was completed, this was going to mark a top in the market. We told them days in advance that once we rallied, we would create a top, and then we would actually be beginning a fairly significant sell-off. Now, we've started the sell-off. Obviously, I expect that to accelerate this week. Now, a couple of key prices down here. 24,350. Easy that we're going to come back and see that tonight, probably tonight into this week. Right below it, 24,260. All right. These prices I certainly expect to see revisited very, very quickly. I want to draw your attention to the two deeper prices. 23,671. Frankly, not difficult for the NASDAQ to get. Much more impressive price would be 23,480. So we're going to be looking to see, first of all, if we plow through these price levels, I'm expecting that these will come. Now, they don't have to come overnight, but during the course of the week, we've got a very important event going on, not because of the headlines, but because of what the market needs to do. We've been talking about this, honestly, for weeks. The market needed to accomplish something on a daily basis. And once it accomplished that on a daily basis, it had something that it needed to accomplish on the downside. So this rally was predictable. This sell-off, quite frankly, was predictable. And as I've been saying to the subscribers, it won't be a small decline. It's going to look great, but it's going to be a top, and then we're going to have a sizable decline. Didn't know what would cause that sizable decline, but it's written into the charts. Everything is preordained and written into the charts. So we're going to see this decline. It's going to come into this week. These are your first two prices to watch. We can see how the market responded here last time they came down. I'm looking for this, quite frankly, to get taken out and head down into these two important levels. So make note of those. Let's go over to the ES for a moment, and we'll take a look. This is a 1 hour chart on the ES. We've been talking about 830, 835, 6830, 6835. Obviously, we're going to gap over that number tonight. Two levels I'm watching in the S&P on the downside. Easy target tonight into tomorrow will be 67,065. We'll watch to see. Again, that's our preliminary. We're going to jump over this price, blow right through it most likely, and come down and drop about 100 points from yesterday's close. If this support turns into resistance, if we break through here and can't get back above it, then we should expect another 100 to 130 points to the downside. 66.32 is my target. And 66.32 is very likely, normally going to provide a very nice bounce, a very nice reaction. So we would normally expect any day that touches this price to close above it most likely. So we'd be looking for this price, be a very significant price to reach this week. So we're sitting here about 250 points below where the market closed on Friday. I'll be watching this very, very carefully. First up, 67.67. Then there's a relatively large air pocket of another 130 points to the downside. So these are some of the prices. Just want you to make aware of. Certainly, I expect 67.65 to come. And quite frankly, I'd be shocked if it doesn't break. If it were to hold and be support, I'd be surprised at that, quite frankly. It's not difficult to go down and clean this up. It's been quite a while since we've been down to 66.31, and we'd probably have to go back into 2024 to go find that, or at least 2025, mid 2025 to go back and find this price. So it's been a while, point blank. It's been a while, and market needs to come back down and retrace this price. At some point, we will see the market trade 66.32. This is their opportunity to go and hit that price and take care of business down there. So quite frankly, I'm really looking for 66.32 this week. I'd be somewhat surprised if we don't get there. And this is potentially going to be a very important actionable level for us. So just wanted to put that out there, GTraderPro.com. Check us out on the website. Thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already to the YouTube channel, and check us out at GTraderPro Discord channel, and you can come in and check us out on a regular daily basis and watch my posts there. So again, thanks for watching. Hope you found this informative and helpful. Unfortunate where we're at, but it's going to be a very interesting week of trading. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you all at some point in time in the room.